Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Just kind of playing around with patterns, seamless type patterns. And I kind of came up with this kind of unique, a little different. And what we're going to do, we're going to zoom in here. I didn't mean to make that. I'm going to draw a square. I'm going to hit P, put it in the page. I'm going to take a 3-point curve line, go from the center outwardly. Then I'm going to give it a little bit of curve. I'm going to Control D, alternate C, or if you don't have that macro, you can put it on that dot. And we're going to rotate it 22.5 degrees. And we really only have to do 2, but just to prove it fits, we can go all the way around. Now, I'm going to make basically 2 of these. So I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool. Let me see what my nudge factor is. 10 inches, that might be enough. And I'm going to take that one right there and move it over twice and move it over twice. So now I have those 2 items. We don't really need that anymore. I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to go ahead and move them back to the center of the page. Now these are separate entities, so we can just keep moving them around. I'm going to use the artistic media tool, but I'm going to draw some lines first. I'm going to go from left to right, and then I'm going to go from right to left and give it a little bit different curve. Now, why I did that, that one is going from left to right, that one's going from right to left, and that's on purpose. So I'm going to hit duplicate, but then I'm going to mirror it, and then I'm going to take those and hit duplicate or hit the plus key, and I don't have to mirror those, but I'm going to do one more. So now I have all these lines, and they're all different. Well, they're almost all different. But when I use the artistic media tool, which is right here, and I'm going to pick artistic media tool, and I'm going to use this preset, and I'm going to go down and find one. Let's say this one right here. Now I had a couple of those selected, and you know what? I didn't know it would actually do that. I was thinking, well, see if it'll do them all at the same time. That would be very helpful. Let's pick another. There we go. And now let's make them like 0.2. So we have all these different lines, kind of a weird pattern. I didn't know that it would do them all at the same time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to go up to object and break the 24 objects apart. And you can see that the original lines are there. So I can do one of 2 things. I can pick the original line and hit delete. Just make sure you get the original line. If you make a mistake, you can always go back. And I could have used rounded corners, but we're not going to actually use the whole line. And I'm doing pretty good. Haven't made a mistake yet. Okay, we got these lines. Now, let's just make these different colors. Blue, green, and I can take away the outline in a second. And I'm not smart filling, I'm just using the color. I think we've used all the colors, the primary colors that I have. Let's go back to red. Let's go to blue, light blue, and we could change the colors here in just a second. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe make that one the dark purple, and we'll use a blue again because we're going to change them. Now, I'm going to select them all. I'm going to take away the outline. And if you didn't like your pattern, you could change it now. You could move one of them around, do whatever you wanted to, but kind of sporadic is kind of cool. Now we have a couple of blues, so let's hold down the control key and add a couple of black, make it darker blue. Let's make this one hold down the control and see I'm just making a different color of that blue. You know what? I don't have another yellow. Let's make this one yellow, but let's hold down the control button and add a little bit of blue to it to make it kind of look like green. I'm going to go ahead and move this down. Now, I'm going to group these together, Control G. Now, do not move these, only move this. So we're going to do this one first, and I'm going to move this to it. And you can see I didn't make it big enough. So I'm going to stretch it out and try to get all the colors in there so we didn't waste any time. Now, we drew that last, so we need to go here and go to Object, Order, Front of Page for this intersect to work. And now we're going to intersect it, and we got that pattern. Now, I really want to move that out of the way and see if I can't kind of use that. Let me just, whoop, I moved it. That's a no-no. We'll make it a little bit different. Now, once again, we're going to have to take this. And to make that more clear, see that black line is behind the blue because we created the pattern later. So I'm going to go up to Object. It's got to be on the front of the page for this to work. Now I'm going to intersect that, and we have that. Maybe not the best way to do it, but you know what? I'm going to keep these lines, and let's move it. Let's nudge them over, and see I can nudge it right back. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way. Now I need to move this to the center of the page, and hopefully I didn't mess up. And we can always bring in indexing lines. Turn on your indexing lines and hit P, and you can see that it's still in the center of the page. Now, if you remember, we rotated them 45 degrees. So if we Control G to group these, Control D to duplicate it, alternate C, well, we rotated 22.5. So now we need to double it and make it rotate 45. And see, we kind of get that weird, and that's because we have that outline. And that's not too bad within itself, but we could do that right there. We could have the outline. You could make the outline a different color. I kind of like no outline. Now, if we will group this together, Control G, and you know what? On the other one, I use a square. Let's use a six-sided polygon. And let's hit B. And see, I'm not using all the colors. So we could take the colors, holding down the Shift key to bring it in. I didn't grab those two. Must not have grouped together. Yep, somehow I didn't group those together. So let's take our polygon and nudge it out of the way, and let's regroup these. Well, you know what? Let's select it all and ungroup, and then select them all again. I've got something going on. There we go. See, I've got some, let's look at under wireframe. See, that's we deleted those lines, but they're not really gone. And it really isn't going to matter, but let's go ahead and ungroup them all and see if we already picked no fill, but this way we can just pick these extended lines, really just on the longer ones. We could do them all. You know what? Let's do them all. Just make sure you don't get your line. Okay, there I messed up. See, I got the line. And it'll be, when you click on it, it'll be the bigger box. Just a second, I'll be through. Okay, we got them all. Now let's go ahead and group them together, Control G, and turn it back to Enhance. Now we'll bring in and see it's on top, and we could do this. We could intersect this, and now you have that. Now, I would strongly suggest bringing the box back to, I'm going to Control G, because it's gonna make it easier to line them up. Well, we can do one thing. Let's make this thing, let's make it just like 5 inches. And let's set our nudge factor on 5. And we can Control D and move that over, and Control D, Control D. Group that together, Control G, Control D. Well, group together, Control G, Control D. And then take, and see, that's why I want that box. Whoop, I did a no-no. I need the 4-sided cross, 4-sided arrow. And see, it'll snap. If you ever have trouble, just get off of it and come back. Now we could Control G, Control D. And you could do this mathematically. Now we could take away the outline. And see that we just have that pattern. Completely, I did it with squares the first time. Pretty weird pattern. Now, because it's like this, it's not as cool. Let's try this. I'm going to keep that. Let me put this back. Let's use a square and hit P. And we created it last, so it ought to stay there. I'm going to go ahead and make my color a little bit smaller. We still got some excess. Select them all and intersect that. And then you get that. Now, the difference is, than what we do with a polygon, we can Control D, get the 2-sided arrow, and look at that, it joined those lines. And you could do the same thing, Control G, Control D, and mirror it. And it's putting those kind of lines together. Control G, Control D. And see, it's kind of making, you know, if I would have just nudged it, those blue lines wouldn't, I don't really like this, but let's see what it looks like with a black box effect. It's always going to make it look a little bit better. See how it makes those colors just pop out? And here's what I'm talking about, it's kind of using those 2 lines because we mirrored it and didn't just nudge it. And I'll show you the difference. Let's let's hit P. Let's mirror this or intersect this. Let's move it out of the way. Now, if we make this thing, let's make it 10 inches. And we set our nudge factor on 10. If we take this and duplicate it and just move it over, you're going to get a different look. So now, basically those colors are kind of still symmetrical. But then if you just keep going, so let's look at the difference between that and Control D. Well, that's fine. Let me do the exact same thing to this one. Let me make a duplicate of it, Control D, and I'm going to mirror this. Look at the difference of the 2 lines between here. Let me zoom in. Those lines and those lines. See, it mirrored it and kind of, and it's also, you know, these are all spinning this way, and then those are spinning that way. And you could still, I just keep coming up with more ideas. You could take this, because it's a group, and go up to the twirl tool. Try not to get too big. Just make it like 8 inches, because I don't want to mess with the outside. And I'm going to spin it this way. Look at that. And then you could Control D, mirror that, and look at that. Completely different look. Anyway, I hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.